Oh, lots of dust.
What is so important about driving faster than anyone else?
A lot of people go through life doing things badly. Racing's important to men who do it well. When you're racing, it's life.
Yeah, pretty crazy, really.
Anything that happens before or after, it's just waiting.
Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in to the first test race of the iRacing Grand Prix 247.com F1 series, F1 Pro Mazda series in fact. Brendan O'Brien, Alex Simpson here. We're just doing a bit of a bug test on the stream, first of the two test races before this series kicks off. Brendan, we're at Lime Rock for this test race. We're a bit late to the party. We've had a few technical issues this morning, and this is why we're grateful that we're doing a couple of test races beforehand.
That's what it's all about. G'day to you too, AC, and good evening everybody. Good morning to some. Yeah, it is a test race. It's good to see the numbers out there. It's going to be a good series. Obviously AC is working on his overlays and things like that, and a few technical problems. But no doubt as the series goes on, it looks like a series that will go from strength to strength, and just the cars. I drive the Star Mazdas once a week myself, and they are fantastic little units to drive.
Yeah, one thing about the Star Mazda that I always found is just trying to get used to that off-power oversteer you get with them. Always been very, very tricky, and I think it's the only thing that puts me off running the car a lot more than what I have done in the past. But I know you can dial it out, and I remember doing some training with an academy driver, and we got some really good sets underneath us. And once you do that, and you can get the car so you can really attack into all the corners, it's actually really enjoyable to drive.
Yeah, well, obviously yourself driving the F1s, these are a go-kart compared to it, aren't they? But it's a series that's been organised by Fuji Satano. So he's got some great help there with Mark Lang and all those at Sim Racing Asia still. So yeah, we know the great job that they do in organising the GT3 series, and hopefully this will follow on. Just I know it is a test race, but I think we had we have 15 starters in this race. There was a couple of incidents on the first couple of laps there, unfortunately. This is lap 29 at the moment. But the thing that's going to be unusual here is that the drivers as they go on, that they're being told what team to go in. So they're going to have to work together. People who they don't know are going to have to work together to get a setup organised. It's not a fixed setup series; it's an open setup series. So, like you said, AC, you can dial out the setup and get to your liking. So yeah, a bit of work to do for the boys when they start getting into the deep end.
Yeah, obviously, we see a lot of F1 liveries out there. It's based loosely on a F1 series as well. So using this small Pro Mazda car out there, all the official races for the series will be held at F1 tracks as well, where they'll be past or current. So just Lime Rock and Laguna Seca, I think, is, if I'm right, is the two shakedown tracks. So
yeah, I think that's spot on. But it's both being F1 fans like we are, it gives us a bit of a chance not to just talk about the race, also but a bit of reminiscing about F1 of the days past and present type thing, and it just makes it that much more interesting.
Right, just to everybody who might be looking in, sorry, there's going to be a lot of questions going back between me and Brenton as we're just checking these out, all these overlays out at the moment, ready for it. There's a couple of guys coming in for pits. Leaders, Brenton, what lap are they actually on right this second?
Lap 31. They're on.
31. And they just crossed the line and they're on to 32.
Actually, by coincidence, both pitting at the moment, Paul Rogers, sorry. I'm going to say new to this year's course, and Aaron Hamilton. And Aaron Hamilton, a teammate of mine at Evolution Racing Australia, doesn't race these cars at all. So to have him out the front at the moment is a fantastic effort. So I know it's only a test race and there's been plenty of incidents, but it's great to see him here.
Alright, so I've just spotted something else. So the graphic's going to come and go just during this. Like I say, it's a bit of a shakedown, gives you a bit of an idea of what's going on. Obviously you can't see me editing code and stuff like that in the background, but gap between the two drivers just showing slightly wrong at the moment. Yeah, Brendan, just for the guys that are watching, wondering what's going on and things like that, we're just not really going to detail too much about the race. Like I say, it's just a shakedown more than anything. Can you give us a little bit of information on the series, where we're going, how many rounds? Drivers that are in the series?
Yeah, I can do that for you. I had it all up in front of me and just had a request from someone else. Just 2 secs. Yep, we can do that. Okay. That won't be 2 secs. Yeah, we've got a calendar. Pre-season May. Yeah, we've got the test races, like you said, this week, and at Lime Rock Park this week, and Laguna Seca. And then, like you said, we've got 10 races. Yeah, it's some famous tracks. We've got the Canadian Gilles Villeneuve track at Montreal. Motorsports Park again, it hasn't been used F1s for a while at Motorsports Park, another Canadian race. Then to your patch over at Silverstone, Watkins Glen has been used again for a long while, but good to see that on. Then famous Spa-Francorchamps, again Monza, Suzuka, Indianapolis Road Circuit, hasn't been used for a while, Circuit Americas, and finally the last round will be at Interlagos. The thing with this series, though, as you can probably see on our screen, is the liveries. What Fuji is chasing here is to try and get a more realistic approach to the series, and he's brought in not just the new F1 liveries, but also the old ones. And if we go on board with Aaron Hamilton now, you can see he's running the old Jacques Villeneuve BAR from when was that? That was the mid '90s. I would be thinking. Didn't have much success in the real life, did they? But they talked themselves a big game. So to have anything with looking like a BR out in front is a problem. But then
Daniel Benningfield in the old Benetton as well. That looks nice.
Yeah, and just for you as well, AC, no doubt you'd be in love with Fuji Satano's Rothmans. Yeah, the livery of the Rothmans Williams.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's a good looking skin, no doubt, and we know what Damon Hill did with that many years ago. And also, again, Jacques Villeneuve won a world championship in that livery. So, yeah, it's a shame there isn't more cars. And then we've got at the moment Mazda, who's racing this year's Mercedes livery. So there's so many possibilities. I know from having a look at it. They've got the Marlboro McLaren Hondas out there. They're going to have the 97 Ferrari. The 91 Leighton House will be interesting. They've got this year's Williams, this year's Lotus, this year's Red Bull. Force India will be good. And like I said, with the 95 Schumacher Benetton. So a chance not just to talk about the race in front of us, but like I said, you and I both love our F1s, and hopefully most of our viewers will too. And during the broadcast, don't be scared to jump in with the conversation about it all, and talk about what's happening now and also what happened in the past.
Yeah, I posted on the forum that we'll try and get as much feedback as possible. Obviously, we were hoping to do an actual broadcast, but like I say, a few tech issues prevented us to doing a proper one. But hopefully, we'll be up and running for the next round or the next test race, and you can give some feedback on the actual layout of how we're going to do it. It's pretty much going to be similar to how we do the Sim Racers Asia GT series. It's
I'm sure we can be able to cope with the commentating side and the live stream side of things, and I'm sure nothing will change there. Just the getting used to the new series, and like I said before, it's an exciting new series. It's a new concept to us, so I'm looking forward to it. But, hopefully there will be good strength in numbers with the field, and hopefully the race will be every bit as good as the SRA GT3 series.
Yeah, it certainly gives us plenty of broadcasting to do on the Saturday, so back-to-back races. So stay tuned to Aerial TV. We'll be doing the GT series straight after this each week. Well, I say each week, every other week. Don't forget our broadcast partners in Checkered Flag Interactive doing every other one for the GTs right now.
Yeah, not just also having a look at the skins for the cars, but also some of them have also got the helmets on. I look at Alex Marshall, he's got the Alain Prost helmet on, whereas his teammate Scotty Newton's got the Ayrton Senna helmet on. So that's a good,
nice little touch.
It's a little 1%, but that's fantastic.
Well, as long as we see them crash into each other at Suzuka, I don't care. We'll see if they start kicking each other or poking each other in TeamSpeak below, as they are in the same channel. So, obviously, good buddies.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. Like, it's like I said before, it's unusual that these guys have got an advantage that they know each other on the same TS channel and things like that. So, the opportunity for them to work together is higher, no doubt, than those who don't work together at all. Hang on 2 secs. My fella's not feeling well.
At least I know who the boss is at your place now, mate. Yeah, I'm just working on the live gap. It's just pulling up the wrong information at the moment because Alex Marshall's actually 11 seconds behind Daniel Benningfield. So, just like I say, just a few little glitches that we're just working on right now. So yeah, apologies, not like full-on broadcast again. So really just testing everything, making sure everything's working okay, getting it ready for the first main event.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's alright. I was just saying, mate, at least we know who the boss in your house is now.
The young fella's crook. So obviously have to prioritise.
There he is, live.
What do you reckon? We try something different here and get one of these guys who's driving at the moment up to have a chat whilst they're driving.
Yeah, see if any of them up for that.
No, we're not even going to ask him. Is Daniel driving at the moment? Yes, he is. We'll get Daniel up here. Hang on 2 secs. Go to his car. Oh, this is interesting. Daniel, Brett O'Brien and AC with you, mate. You're on lap 42. This is just a test coverage of our test race here. The first test race here at Lime Rock Park. Mate, throwing you deep in here. I know we didn't expect this and you didn't expect this, but just thought you might have a chat whilst you're actually doing some laps, if that's alright.
Yeah, it's a bit interesting, a bit different. Yeah.
Well, tell us a bit about you in the old Michael Schumacher Benetton there. Was that from 1991, we think? Mate, the car and the setup, do you have a chance to work with anyone there? Is there anyone on your team?
I'm working with Alex and Scott, partly because we're all part of the academy. So, that's mainly who I'm working with for what will end up being the entire series.
2x2 teams? How does that work? Who's your other teammate?
Andrew Stokes.
Okay, and Stokes, oh yeah, there he is. Do you have a chance to have a chat with Andrew at all? Is he...
Not really. I mean, I didn't PM him, and he did message me before the race, so not really, no.
Is it a likelihood that during the series that you and him will need to get together and work on setups and all that to try and get the team up to a higher level?
We'll see what happens after these test races, obviously, and then maybe the first race and go from there.
And the car itself, do you get much of a chance to drive this car at all?
No, this is the only time I drive it, a bit like the GT3 and the GT3 series, which is later on. The only time I drive it's for the series, the rest of the time I'm normally in the Grand Prix car or the V8.
And had a few issues before we saw. What can you tell us about that?
Well, he quite nicely parked it on the apex and told me to go left. And he told me to go left after I hit him. So, yeah, let's just say I'm not too happy about it. Probably could have won the race, but such is life, and we'll recover what we can. It doesn't count, so not too worried about it. If it was like the first race at Montreal, I'd be pretty vocal on the radio, to say the least.
Now, no doubt you've been looking forward to this series. What do you think your expectations are?
To win the championship. That's what I want to do.
Well, fantastic.
Obviously, hopefully I can make every race. I know there's a couple of times where I made G just with real life commitments. But if I can make every race, it'll be going for the championship.
Right, well, talk us around a lap, mate. On your car right now.
Okay, so going into turn 1, braking about 150 yards down from 6 down to 3rd, double apex right-hander, tightening as well, makes it hard. Up to 4, straight down the 3rd for turn 2. Cut it in, you can't go too far right, so you can set it up better for turn 3. Then no name straight, you get up to 5th gear here. And then through the uphill sweeper, just the lift, flat, over the rise, car gets there, over there. And then into the next corner down the 4th, no brakes, use all the exit curb down through the downhill at the 5th, and then flat out through here. And then back onto the front straight up into 6th gear.
Yeah, good job. Just having a look at your lap time there. A 48.1. So yeah, even though we've thrown you in the deep end here, mate, your lap time, actually having a look at this, you've been commentating for 3.5 laps and you've gone 48.0, 47.9, 48.148 and just then a 48.146. So, mate, got a bit of talent there.
Yeah, it's good having the TS button matched to my steering wheel, though. That makes it a little easier.
Yeah, it does. Well, mate, if the race permits it, mate, and and you're okay with it, we might do this in the future as well. But we'll give you a lot more warning next time, not just bring you up the channel.
Yeah,
And
thanks, Brenton.
we'll do it at an appropriate time, mate, too.
Yeah, thanks, Brenton.
Good on you, mate. Cheers. That's a good job by Daniel there. Well done to him. So, yeah, well, like he said, he's aiming to win the championship, and we know he has got the potential to win the championship. He's good in the F1s. He likes the open wheelers. Got a good team behind him, so it is something that he can do. Well,
Yeah, sorry, Brian. I'm still just sitting trying to
no, you're right.
sort out these little issues.
No, you get sorted, and we'll keep chatting away. What the hell? Let's get Alex Marshall up here, see if he can do the same. Alex Marshall's with us now, just for the test race here at Lime Rock Park, at the test broadcast here. Alex Prost, is it? Or Alex Alan? Or Alan Marshall? Welcome to the broadcast.
We can go with Alex Prost.
The question
Mate,
on everyone's lips: are you going to run into Scott Senna at the end of the season? Yeah.
Hopefully. Maybe it's Suzuka.
Maybe it's Suzuka, lap 1 Suzuka. Mate, like I said, we've just thrown you in the deep end here, but it is a test race and a test broadcast, so I hope you don't mind too much. Mate, do you have much time to drive the Star Masters at all?
I've got some time, but at the moment I'm sort of focusing on the GT3.
Oh, it looks like
I think
Daniel's had another
Daniel's got
issue.
some issues there.
Yeah, that he's had a couple of run-ins with that mode SATA, unfortunately, but no damage this time. But that's why it is a test race, and things will hopefully move on. Yeah, with the team, you've got yourself and Scotty. You guys work well together as a team. I know it's only early, but are you in the same GT3 team as well?
Yeah, we're both in iRacing for the GT3. We've got a new livery that we'll be showing off today, which you may like.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. With the Star Master series, though, like you got to be able to do a full commitment to this series, or just once in a while, or what's the plan there for you?
I'll be doing a full commitment. So it'll be Star Mazdas, then off the GT3s after.
So it's a pretty full day for you. And just tell us a bit about yourself, mate. Whereabouts are you located?
I'm playing from Bangkok, Thailand. So the Australian servers and times are really good for me.
And your expectations for this series? We just had a chat with Daniel, and he's just straight up front. He's here to win the series. What about yourself?
More interested in doing it for the team. See if me and Scott can get the McLarens up to the top.
Yeah, well, it's been a while since we've seen McLaren's running up the top. Obviously, they've got a few issues this year with Button and Alonso, but it's just good to see the old livery back, isn't it? And did you guys get a chance to choose this, or this one was given to you?
Me and Scott both decided that we'd like to drive the 18 McLaren, and we had a little battle before this session to see who got Senna's helmet. Scott won by a tenth.
I was going to say, I'm going to assume that you came second there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with having... How many World Championships did Prost win? Was it... gee whiz, 4? 5? Can't remember, but it was certainly more than a handful. Sorry, more than just one or two. So no shame in running Alain Prost's helmet, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, mate. Well, mate, good luck for the season. We'll let you go back down and have a chat with the boys. But yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Just whilst we were talking to Alex there, our previous race leader, Aaron Hamilton, had a second pit stop. So obviously he didn't put enough fuel in. Perhaps I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Not sure if
they're guaranteed 2-stop races. Actually, I think they're fuel limited. Something that they worked on. I know Scott actually did a fair bit of testing for Fuji to work out what they need to be, and actually it looks like Scott's just running a little bit wide now in turn 1. Tricky turn 1 actually. You need to brake quite late, and easy to do that. But yeah, so it's not quite like the GT3 where you almost have to save if you can't make it kind of thing. There's quite a window, so we could see guys pitting in maybe 3 or 4 laps ahead of each other and still be able to 2-stop no problem. So yeah, it's going to open up the strategy a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, I really like the 2-stop strategy idea, because you're not going to, like I said, with the GT3s, and not taking anything away from that series because it's a very well run series, but there's so many races in there where it's, get to halfway and you'd be empty, pit, and they all pit at the same time, then come out and the race is on again. Whereas, this just breaks it up a bit. You just think that maybe these cars they're pretty good on tyres, from what I understand, and the pit stop is considerably longer when you take all 4 tyres as well. So, that'll become part of it, as well as whether you change tyres.
Yeah, I think the tyres actually hold up quite well on the Star Mazda, so there will be some opportunity for that. But I think actually they're probably going to get the tyres changed in the same sort of speed as they can to fill up. I don't know. It's, how quick was Aaron's pit stop there? It didn't look like it was particularly long.
Missed everything. But yeah, I hope you're talking about 2 stopping still. But yeah, the 2 stops, it's going to play such a part. This race is 70 laps, and let's face it, these guys are doing these laps in about 48 seconds. So 7 laps is a lot of laps. However, it's not going to be that much time as a race. So yeah, I like the concept. I really do. Like I've said right from the start, it'd be good if you knew who your teammate was, and that you got the chance to work with them. But at the same time, we've got 2 Benettons out there. 91 Benetton Schumacher. Was it Gerhard Berger? I've got a gut feeling it was. Gerhard Berger was the teammate of Schumacher back in 91. Certainly Gerhard Berger was no slouch. The Austrian had a couple of wins, certainly in the Ferrari, and also I think might have snuck 1 or 2 in the McLaren, and definitely had 1 win I know of in the Benetton as well. So yeah, he had a fantastic career. So we've got the 2 Benettons out there, and we've got one of the McLarens pitted now. Scotty Newton has taken his second stop. So yeah, no, if you're right, then Paul Rogers there in this year's model of McLaren is going to have to be doing a pit stop, and we could have a first up test win for the BAR.
Oh, there you go. That'll be something to shake up the books a little bit, having the BAR up there.
Well, yeah, it will. I don't think Aaron will be running that skin as of next week, because he was a very, very late joiner in the series. I think literally joining an hour before. So yeah, Aaron's a quick enough driver. And is Paul coming in now? No, he is not. Yeah, so he's a quick enough driver. Has a fair amount of success in the upper midfield of the V8 supercars. So these cars are very, very easy to drive in comparison with the V8 supercar. So he'll be having a lot of fun out there and throwing this thing around and doing a good job, doing a real good job.
I'd say just yeah, the McLaren skin does look quite nice actually. Works alright on the little Star Mazda. Doesn't help that it's a bit of a dull day. I think actually it would be quite reflective. Obviously very overcast out there at the moment.
Yeah, well, it is overcast with a 31-degree track temperature. Yeah, you're right, but yeah, that's all ahead of us type thing, and it is a test race after all. Our friend Alex Marshall's obviously had a bit of an issue on his lap 58. He's in the pit. He's got a fair bit of damage there, but yeah, these are all going to be lessons learnt. You wouldn't see the professor making too many mistakes like that, but yeah, like I said, lessons learned. I love how these cars the front actually gets airborne coming over that hump just before the last turn there as well. That's pretty impressive how they can do that.
I think we're slowly working through the issues now. Fixed one. Hopefully this will be the second one done. So
yeah,
nothing,
well, like I said,
nothing worse than trying to go through the code, thousands of lines of code for the overlay just to find out the one bit that you're after. I need to give a shout out and thanks to Alex Marshall. Actually, he built this up from scratch for this series. So yeah, big thank you for that. So yeah, just literally we did some testing in a Grand Prix race the other day as well. So yeah, just a case of just trying to find all the little nuances with it, and yeah, so can be so complicated. But yeah, I think the gaps are showing correctly now, which is good. Anyway.
But this is why it is a test session. It's not just a test session for the drivers and for the host. It's also a test session for the broadcast as well. And I'm sure that all our viewers will be are very understanding as to what needs to be done and what more particularly you're going through. I get the easy job. I just talk about it. Yeah, there's a lot of work to covering these races, so I'm sure everyone appreciates what's going on there. Yeah, and Paul Rogers is just having his second stop now. Just noticing the first pit stop, the massive gain that Aaron Hamilton did make in that first pit stop. So whether Paul has taken on sets of tyres on his first stop, and not sure if he took them on his second stop there, but we'll be on lap 63, 8 laps to go, 7.5 laps to go. And you would think that, all things being equal, Aaron Hamilton will go on and take a successful win here, which I can't remember the old team director of BAR back in the day, but gee, they used to talk themselves up a big game and got themselves a world champion on board and put out a lot of money. And I think actually, if I remember correctly, AC, and you might be able to correct me, is that in their very first race was actually at the Australian Grand Prix at Albert Park in Melbourne. And I actually think that they actually did lead a lap, now that I think about it. Other cars had pitted, but I'm pretty confident that they did lead a lap in their first race, but that was probably their highest achievement.
This is where we need the F1 encyclopedia and our commentating colleague Andrew Woodhouse available. That man knows everything about everything when it comes to the stats.
Well, if he's available, get him in here.
Well, he's in New York at the minute, so
well, not talking about today, but yeah,
probably can't get him in there. But yeah, I think we'll ask him, see if he can jump into a few of these, because if there's anyone who wants to pose a question about the history of F1 from about the last 20 years, I swear he knows it all. So
yeah, well, some of these cars go back before that 20 years, but no doubt he's obviously the man in the know as well there. But that's, again, as I said before, we can talk about the race, and the racing's certainly going to be close in this. At the moment, we've only got the 5 cars on the lead lap. A lot of cars pulled out early through quite a bit of damage. I'm not sure if they got fast toes or not. Something I have to have a look at. I've got a feeling they might not. It's just something else that adds to the series. We've just got Andrew Stokes' pitting as well, so we're now down to the 4 cars on the lead lap. I tell you, Aaron has done an excellent job out here in the lead, and like I said, considering he doesn't drive these at all. We have a championship in Australia, the Star Mazda Australian Championship on Thursday nights in Australian time. But he's not a runner in that series, but we'll be having a chat with him to get him signed up in the Evolution Racing Australia Star Mazda and see if he wants to participate in that, because the job he's done here tonight is excellent. His fastest lap, actually, believe it or not, was on lap 60, 47.8, and that's after pitting on lap 51. So he didn't, not just the new tyres. I'm not even sure he's taken tyres all race, to be honest with you. But yeah, so he's done a fantastic job.
One little problem I can't seem to iron out is one of the buttons doesn't appear to be turning off the display information. I have to use another. So it's something for Alex to have a look at if you're watching it back. Just the driver compare behind button. It's not toggling, just coming on and then not going off. Got to use the speed to get it off. Where are we? The sectors all working okay. Yeah, that's better. Back, that's fine. Actually, look at the qualifying now. Yeah, so Steve Bouquet got himself pole position. It was for this race. Paul Rogers was 2,000ths of a second behind him. That's pretty close, actually. At the whole front 6 cars there. Just looking at qualifying, very very close. Ignore the time counter that's showing up on screen. It's all gone a bit wacky.
I think Bouquet and Velasco had their incident on lap 2. So yeah, they had dramas there.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate, but we'll yeah, that's what these test races are really. It's just to find your feet, and yeah, these things happen. Not to be taken too seriously, really. And the main business happens, doesn't it, in a couple of weeks' time, really?
Yeah, well, that's right. The thing about this is that you know, a lot of these guys, I would think, would be the GT3 drivers, and what they're going to be doing here is getting mixed amongst those who do race the Star Mazdas. So there's going to be a bit of give and take there, I would imagine. There's going to be some new names to us as commentators, and also some new names for the Star Mazda drivers to work out, and also for the guys who GT3s, they'll have to work out and learn their driving styles as well.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much there now, actually. The temperature's not showing quite right.
Just Andrew Stokes been in the pits for a long while. We're now down to 4 cars on the lead lap. I think Alex Marshall, we know, had a problem, and yeah, Andrew Stokes has obviously had an issue as well. Just actually, I think Andrew had a disconnect by looking at it. Just wondering whether they one free tow might be beneficial in a series like this. Anyway, I think that's it for us. Aaron Hamilton,
Yeah.
in the meantime, has done the show. Just pretty sure he's done the job there. Certainly slowed down. So yeah, we'll do apologise to viewers, but it's obviously something we're both sorting out. Yeah, Aaron Hamilton looks like he's had himself a win there. Can't even find second at the moment. I believe it was Paul Rogers. Yeah, Paul's already is left there. Daniel Benefield actually did a good job. Only the 10 seconds behind, 10.7 seconds behind. We know he had some dramas, and Scotty Newton in 4th, 18.5 seconds in front of Alex Marshall, rounding out the top 5.
Nice little shot there, actually, with the Williams and the 2 McLarens, the old style ones. Yeah, it's not quite sure why the temperature's not quite showing correctly as well, so... bit odd. Right, okay, sorry guys, but yeah, like I say, just a bit of a shakedown. You can see roughly what the overlay is going to be like. We'll work on the little issues, get them fixed ready for the next round, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting series for sure, Brenton. I'm looking forward to the first actual race, which is in a couple of weeks' time. But yeah, we'll be back next week, hopefully with a sort of a test mock broadcast for Lime Rock Park. So we'll be covering qualifying. That looks like the race is going to start about 10 o'clock. 9 o'clock GMT. It'll be. So yeah, set your arms, get yourself ready for that. Should be fun. But yeah, thank you. Thanks, Brenton. We'll
It's all good.
we'll leave it there, and we'll catch up with the guys next week.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.